This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, a car worth £1 million sterling is to be displayed in Dunedin at the weekend. We take a step back in time and catch up with Oamaru's Victorian Fate celebrations. And 3 Otago residents receive honours at an investiture ceremony for the Order of St John. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. A car worth £1 million sterling is to be displayed in Dunedin at the weekend. A Jaguar XKSS will be unveiled at Armstrong Prestige as part of a Heritage Weekend this Saturday and Sunday. There are fewer than 100 of these cars in existence after a factory fire at Jaguar HQ demolished 9 of the luxury cars. Often referred to as the world's first supercar, the XKSS was originally made by Jaguar as a road-going conversion of the Le Mans winning D-Type, which was built from 1954 to 1956. One of the vehicles from the new production run has been purchased by Auckland car enthusiast Michael Giltrap. Mr Giltrap's car is from a second production run which began in 2016. More than 5,000 people turned out over the weekend to enjoy Oamaru's Victorian Fate. One of the highlights was the annual World Stone Soaring Championship.
Marks. Get set, go! Start the clock.
Ruby Sinclair and Isa Brazil are now the World Stone Soaring Champions. They won the Parkside Quarries World Stone Soaring Junior Doubles contest at Oamaru's Victorian Fate at the weekend. The pair had some sound advice about coming out tops. It's all in the pull and not the push when it comes to soaring. First-time stone soarers Lu Jiang and April Lin of Oamaru said they were lucky to take out the women's title on their first go. Victorian Fate coordinator Frances McMillan was pleased with the turnout at the 5-day Fate.
It's really good. We've got a lot more stalls on Tyne Street and we've got a lot of new stalls, so we've got about 130 stalls this year, so it's packed. It's really good.
A street parade at noon on Saturday featured 150 participants and hundreds of observers. The Heritage Rowing Cup was won by the Ships Company from HMNZS Tauroa, and crowds lined Tyne Street to watch the 23rd Heritage Cycle Championships. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Cigarette butts, bottle caps and a pair of black bikini bottoms were just some of the rubbish picked up from the beaches of Lake Wanaka by volunteers at the weekend. The clean-up was the first in Wanaka organised by ocean conservation group Sea Shepherd. Every 6 weeks for the past 2 years, the organisation has run clean-ups of Lake Wakatupi beaches and now it has branched out to include Lake Wanaka. About 20 volunteers picked up rubbish and there are plans to include the banks of the Clutha River in the future. 3 Otago residents were made members of the Order of St John during an investiture ceremony at St Paul's Cathedral at the weekend. They were among 35 St John members who received honours.
Brett James and Nicola Third, both of Dunedin, and Carol Harding of Kuro, were made members of the Order of St John at a weekend ceremony at St Paul's Cathedral. James has been a member of St John for 25 years and is now an operational volunteer working the front line in ambulances, while Third is an operational volunteer support team head. She has been a member of the St John Order for 28 years. Factors used to determine admission or promotion in St John's include dedicated service, quality of contribution and the potential for future leadership or administration. The honours were sanctioned by the Queen and presented by Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy. Membership of the Order is awarded to individuals who have carried out St John's mission in New Zealand. The pair say being part of St John's is like being in a massive family. The highest investiture at the ceremony went to John Sunkhill of Leeston, who was invested as a Commander of the Order of St John. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a Southland-born graffiti artist progresses from tagging Invercargill walls to his own exhibition.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
My elves and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Dane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Welcome back. A Southland-born graffiti artist has progressed from tagging Invercargill walls to his own exhibition in Riverton. Danny Diol Owen is the first artist featured in Riverton's newly established Vault pop-up gallery. Sharon Rees has more.
Danny Owen has come a long way since his days of tagging trains and bridges. The graffiti artist, who works under the name Dio, no longer works illegally under the Shroud of Darkness, but instead is proudly displaying his works at the Vault pop-up gallery in Riverton.
I was the guy tagging grandma's fence back in the day, painting trains, and I spent a lot of time under bridges and kind of desolate places where people normally don't go. But from there to now, like, it's definitely like a huge leap, you know. But it's like any art form, you got to start somewhere. For us, like graffiti, you know, you got to learn to walk before you can run, and like graffiti and tagging and illegal activity was the start of it, you know.
Owen has spent much of his life in California, where he first started painting graffiti, but says over the past few years he's experimented with different media to blend his style with more traditional art forms.
I feel blessed to be able to refine it into like an art form that's accepted and appreciated and purchased, you know.
He believes his unique style of art is becoming more acceptable in society and will likely continue into the next generation.
Most kids aren't going to go to a gallery, but they'll see street art or murals or graffiti, like quality graffiti, and for them it's got to inspire them to be an artist, because if I had seen the stuff I see now when I was young, I'd probably be a million times better at what I do, to have like influence to be an artist, you know.
Dio's exhibition was supposed to end on Sunday, but its popularity may see it extended into December. The Vault pop-up gallery in the Old Bank of New Zealand building will be hosting the works of a range of Southern artists over the next few months. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
A Dunedin high school has a 6-year-old Holland Lock rabbit to reduce anxiety amongst students. The rabbit, known as Bun Bun La Hop, has regular work improving the mental health and brain function of pupils at St Hilda's Collegiate.
Bun Bun La Hop is no ordinary rabbit. The 6-year-old bunny works alongside Marcel Nadir Turner as co-counsellor of the pupils at St Hilda's Collegiate. Bun Bun's been enlisted in the fight against growing anxiety amongst pupils in New Zealand schools.
Our pastoral group meets every week, so that's the deans and myself, talking about ways that we can improve well-being of our students. And so we had a couple of days of brainstorming around kind of weird and wonderful things that we could do, and one of those things was about having a pet, and so my office is the obvious place for that kind of thing to happen.
Nadir Turner looked to the internet and purchased what she thought was any old bunny, but only a few minutes into her first session, Bun Bun showed she was special.
It was extraordinary. He, the very first time a girl walked in that morning, he sat there in his wee basket and nibbling on some hay, and she started to cry about 10 minutes later, and he looked up and he hopped over and jumped on the couch and hopped onto her knee, and I thought, oh my goodness, what a fluke, that's amazing. But then he did that consistently.
Nadir Turner says science has shown pets have positive effects on the brain health and function of young people. Alongside her counselling role, Bun Bun is also regularly taken around the school to help teach classes about brain science and health. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, we discover the secret to one Ranfurly resident's long life as she turns 101 years old, and near perfect conditions deliver 5 new race records at the Queenstown International Marathon.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillian's know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillian's will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. A 101-year-old Ranfurly resident has just celebrated another birthday. She still drives to her daily errands and attributes her long life to a sherry every day.
Bessie Pearson is completely healthy, proud to have once scored a hole-in-one and still drives herself to church every Sunday. She says the man upstairs isn't quite ready for her just yet.
Be a good girl, lead a good life, choose a good husband and make a good wife.
The Ranfurly resident attributes her long life to good genes and a healthy dose of determination, and a sherry every night. She cooks 3 meals a day after driving herself to the shops and still grows her own vegetables.
When I go out in my car, I leave down the drive and one of the neighbours goes out and backs it into the garage. I cook 3 meals a day. Nearly always cook my own meal, and I like cooking, I like baking.
Birthday cards from the Queen and former Prime Minister John Key still adorn Mrs Pearson's mantelpiece from her 100th birthday last year. She celebrated by having whitebait for lunch with a dozen or so friends at the Ranfurly Hotel. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Near perfect conditions delivered 5 new race records at the Queenstown International Marathon on Saturday. Timaru Sam Rayford won the full marathon in record time, and British national Hannah Aldred was the first woman home also in record time. Mina Amso has the details.
It was a stunner of a day in Queenstown on Saturday, as almost 10,000 athletes ran, jogged or walked scenic routes across Arrowtown and Queenstown. Timaru's Sam Rayford won the full Queenstown Marathon event in a record time of 2 hours, 27 minutes and 56 seconds.
The course is brilliant. I mean, most of it's off-road, so it's really good on your legs, and the scenery is second to none, so yeah, it's very enjoyable.
Rayford made it to the start line despite an ear infection, and about 30 kilometres into the race picked up the pace, opening up a lead of almost 5 minutes over Blair McWhirter from Christchurch. Local Queenstown runner Jason Hall edged Francisco Sanzana from Chile for third place in a dramatic sprint to the finish line. Auckland-based British national Hannah Oldroyd took the lead in the women's race inside the final 10 kilometres to win the title, beating defending champion Mel Aitken from Greymouth.
That was really unexpected, so that was just a nice bonus for a sunny day, really.
Oldroyd won the women's event in the Auckland Marathon just 3 weeks ago. Over 1,800 marathon runners started the Queenstown event at the Millbrook Resort. However, not everybody had their sights set on being first to the finish line. British local Dan Chatterton walked the marathon in 7 hours, 32 minutes and 12 seconds in a dinosaur outfit. How are you feeling?
Baked. Absolutely baked.
Do you need some water?
I'm fine. It's about 5k left, this is easy.
A record 9,720 people took part in the event, up from 9,500 in 2016. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Invercargill has joined the disc golf community by launching its own 18-basket course. The development is one more step forward for a sport that first came to New Zealand in the 1990s. Sharon Rees has more.
Golf national champion Martin Conway makes the sport look simple. But those attempting it for the first time at Invercargill's Queen's Park at the weekend soon found out it's not as easy as it looks. Conway's parents both played the sport at university, and he says he picked it up from an early age.
Since before I can remember, I've been throwing discs, and I've started entering tournaments from when I was 14 or 15, and ended up winning a couple of New Zealand junior titles, which is pretty cool.
When he realised there were people in Invercargill keen on the sport, Conway said he sought help from various organisations to establish a course in the city.
Just kind of managed to figure out that there's actually more than one person in Invercargill that's keen on playing, so we through that got together and then approached a few different outfits like the Youth Council and Happy Families to try and help us push it through, and yeah, it kind of went from there.
He says disc golf can be played by people of all ages and abilities, as a fun day out or as a serious competition, which is helping to grow its popularity around the world.
It's very much developing in New Zealand, so there's a core group of about 50 odd people that travel around and go to the tournaments around the country, but you do get people from the top of the north coming down to tournaments in the bottom of the south kind of thing, so very much developing. But like if you go to the States, there's more disc golf courses than stick golf courses, regular golf courses, and it's massive, yeah. So one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
The launch gave people a chance to test their abilities with both short and long range targets and disc golf members to help them along. The 18-basket course is scattered throughout the less frequented areas of Queen's Park, with the first basket at the Herbert Street entrance. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
The sport of basketball is growing in the Waitaki region, thanks to the influx of basketball fans from the Philippines. The South Today went on court to find out more.
It is thought there are about 500 Filipinos living in the Waitaki area, most working on dairy farms. The fact that basketball is the most popular sport in the Philippines has resulted in the formation of 8 teams who regularly vie it out on court in Oamaru. Duntroon-based Roel Sakido is teamed up with other members from his church and says the games are not too competitive.
I mean, every team wants to win, right? But for us, it's just more on just play with each other and just enjoy the game. If we go on, if we go on longer than on the tournament, that's a bonus.
chairwoman of Filipino Waitaki Incorporated, Lot Mortino, explains the objective is to build a community spirit amongst resident Filipinos.
We have goals or aims to keep the Filipinos together by ways of sports. That's number one, because a lot of them really like sports. Way back in the Philippines, they're active people. They like sports, music, arts, crafts, and some other things that in a way will preserve the Filipino culture and in a way share them into the community. So basketball is one of them. Because we see that, you know, they're really into sports. The Filipinos are really into sports and arts as well.
This year, each team has been allowed to have one Kiwi member as well, with plans for inviting more Kiwis to take part in the future. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Paul Gorman. What have you got for us tomorrow?
We seem to have a lot of stories about wheels tomorrow. If you like any kind of transport, you'll enjoy the mix tomorrow. The main story will be on the new $2 bus service in Queenstown, how it's gone. There's been a few issues. Some of the buses have been running late, but other bus stops have been packed with people waiting to use the service. So it's been a mixed day for that first new service. And also the ODT staff in Queenstown have been riding the buses, and they'll give their opinion on how it all went. That'll be in the regional pages tomorrow.
Oh, so that will be right from in the middle of the action,
that's
literally.
Right. Yeah, that's right, out in the field. We've also got an interesting story about footpath etiquette. You know, people, skateboarders, people in mobility scooters, wheelchairs, and there's a mobility symposium at the university, and one of our reporters has been at that, looking at how people are meant to navigate their way down footpaths with all these things with wheels coming at you from all directions.
Yeah, because some of them can get up to some pretty high speeds too.
They can, and it can be quite unnerving. You hear someone quite a way behind you, and you're not quite sure what it is or how close they are. So, and if you're in George Street and there's lots of signs on the street, it's very difficult as well. And we'll also have a story about the Easter trading. Dunedin City Council has been discussing that, or will be discussing that this evening, as to whether they'll ease up on that for next year.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Paul. And now time for the weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Collagen Plus.
Looking at the situation, high pressure from an anticyclone in the Tasman Sea remains the dominant feature for our weather this week, with a brief spell of cloud and cooler southwesterly air tonight quickly clearing. Fine conditions lining up for the rest of the week. Some thundery afternoon showers may develop inland from about Thursday. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, you all have light southwesterlies, with the weather becoming fine and a high of 14 degrees. To the central outlook, Alexandra, Wanaka and Queenstown, you will have light winds, some cloud and 15 degrees. And Te Anau, light southwesterlies becoming fine and a slightly cooler 14 degrees. To the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru, light southwesterlies, cloudy and 13 degrees. Omarama and Twizel, light winds, some cloud and 15 degrees. Here in Dunedin tonight, showers with a period of cooler southwesterly winds with an overnight low of 7 degrees. Tomorrow, showers clearing early in the morning, although skies remain cloudy through the day. Cool southwesterlies becoming light, 13 and 5, and mostly fine and sunny on Wednesday with light northeasterly winds, pleasant temperatures 18 and 5 degrees. And in Invercargill tonight, showers clearing with an overnight low of 7. Tomorrow, cloud breaking with a few sunny periods developing during the afternoon. Cool southwesterly winds dying out, 13 and 2 degrees. And fine and sunny on Wednesday with light winds and mild temperatures, 18 and 5 degrees. And that's our news for this Monday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.